gonna start with some very basic flag moves. These are directional moves that really anybody could hit. The first one we're gonna do is flags up and down. You can do it with both. You can do it with one. You can do it with any direction. Turn. The next one we're going to do is moving them left to right. Left, right. You can do it with one. You can do it with two. And there are two modes to this. You can do it where the flag is flat through the air, or you can do it where it's standing up. So that's just moving it left and right. This next basic directional move is a variation of the flag up and down motion. You just do it in the opposite direction of your other arm. Up, up, down. Now this one is still basic, just a bit advanced. It's called an overhead swoop. You bring it over the head, around your neck. You want to be careful that your spacing is on point. When your spacing is not on point, this is what will happen. You bring it too close to your neck, it'll get caught on your head, it'll get caught around your neck, on your garment. I made the same mistake before. So when you're doing that move, it's all about spacing. You want to make sure that you got room so it goes all the way around, especially when you're using wider and longer flags. So overhead, overhead. And now we are going to move to spins and rotations. These moves can be hit in basic, medium, or advanced. And a special tip when spinning is before you rotate, you want to move your eyes to where you're going to be, not where you are. Meaning that if I move this way, I'm going to, before I move my eyes over here and then spin. This keeps you from getting very, very dizzy when you spin. You don't want to keep your eyes in the same place and then move around. When you do that, you'll get dizzy. So a tip is move your eyes to where you're going to be and then move. This move is called the one-winged rotation. You basically take one flag, the other, you want to make sure it can be in front of you, to the side. Just make sure you don't step on it, especially when you're using longer flags. Take this main one and then rotate. You can do it both right and left, rotate. It's called the one-winged rotation because you're using one flag, which looks like a wing at times. So one-winged rotation. This move is called the rising tornado. There are three modes of it. You can have the flags downwards, flat, or pointed up. And I'm going to show you what each move looks like. So for the rising tornado, you spin, and then this is where it looks like when it's downwards. And then as you continue to spin, you rise. So it's called a rising tornado because you are making a tornado motion and you are rising as you spin. So you can start it when it's the flag is pointed downwards, like that. Make sure not too close to your feet, and then you can bring it up. You can start it with the flag being pointed in a flat plane, like this, and then bring it up. You can start it with the flag being pointed up. Start with this and then bring it up. So those are 3 variations of the rising tornado. This next move is a combination move. It's called the rising and falling tornado. Similar to the rising tornado, we will bring it up. The twist is we will bring it up and then bring it down. So rise and then fall. Rise and then fall. So the tornado is rising and then it's falling. So remember, rise, fall. And you can do that in any direction. This move is called a float over. For the purposes of this demonstration, I will move over to the side so that you can see in real time what it looks like. I'm right-handed, so I will start with my right hand. Bring the first flag up, bring it over you, bring the other flag up, and then spin over. That one's a bit advanced and it may take some practice, but you'll get it. 1, 2, over. Again, you want to watch the spacing with this one. 1, 2, over. If you're not right with the spacing, what may happen is you'll bring it over and it'll get caught around your neck or your head. Again, I've made the same mistake. So when using longer and wider flags, make sure to watch that spacing with moves like this. That is the float over. This is a general spin. Very, very easy. You just bring it around you. Usually have your arms at a neck's length or at your shoulders, whichever way you want to do it. Again, you can have where the flag is pointed up, pointed flatly, or pointed down. Whichever way you want to execute that move. Very easy general spin. This is another easy spin. It's called an elevated spin. You basically just hold your flags at an elevated angle as you spin. So hold them up, and then you just spin. Elevated spin. You're spinning with the flags at an elevated position. Pretty straightforward. This next move is called a downward spin. You just spin with the flags being pointed downwards. It's as easy as that. It can cover your legs. Again, you want to make sure with a move like this where the flag is close to your feet and legs that you're not stepping on the flags. So watch your spacing. You may want to move your arms out just a bit more when you hit a move like this. You don't want to hit it and then you get caught up and then trip and fall on the flag. In practice, this once happened to me. So I want to make sure it doesn't happen to you as well. Make sure you're smart with the spacing. That is a downward spin. Another variation of a spin, flat flagged spin, meaning you have the flags flat and you just spin while the flags are at a flat angle. This is a combination spin move called twist over and twist out. There are 2 parts to it. so you want to pay attention. First, twist over. You make an X shape. Bring your hand over and then bring the other flag over. So you make an X shape. And of course, be careful when you're using longer flags, so you watch for the spacing. X, and then twist out with the spin. So twist over and then twist out with the spin. Over, out. This is a great transitional move. I use it a lot of times. So twist over and then twist out. One of the best transitional moves you can use while flagging. This next move is called a tilted spin. So, and these are the best flags to do it because the effect looks like you're in the middle of water, like waves surrounding you. So when you spin, you want to do it at a tilt. Like you want to tilt your body and your arms. Almost like you're kind of tripping and falling. It looks kind of weird, but it does have a nice effect with the flags. Spin, so spin and then tilt your arms and your body. And when you're doing that, the flags look like they go up and down, and they kind of look like waves surrounding you. So this is a tilted spin. You just spin and tilt your body. This next move is called overhead glory. It's very similar to an elevated spin, but with this, you want to have the flags closer to your arm, to your neck and head. So it's called overhead glory because it's over your head, and usually your head and neck are being covered. So you just bring it. You can bring your arms closer. You can extend them out. Very similar to an elevated spin. That is overhead glory. This move is called the windmill. This is one of the most difficult flag maneuvers to hit, and I'm going to, for this demonstration, move to my side so you can see where each flag is going. It starts with a float over, where you bring the flags over. It starts with that. But you'll notice that the flags are to wrap around your hands and arms. They'll wrap around. There are two ways to get out of this move, like to reverse it. You can either go forward and just go in the reverse order that you did until the flags, you feel the flags unwind from your hands and arms, or you can do this. I'm winding it up. Or you can bring it over and then unwind in that opposite direction. And you'll feel it unwind from your hands. So that is the windmill. I'm going to real quick hit a demonstration of it in a fast manner. This next move is called rise and break. You put the flags together. Watch out for your feet, of course, as I just said. Put them together, rise, bring them around your head, and then break away. Rise, bring them over, and then break away. So rise and break. Rise and break. This kind of move is more ideal for smaller flags because there's less material to get caught on, but it can be hit with longer flags. Rise and break. This next move is called the double side dragged. There are two versions to this, an elevated drag and a downward pointing drag. I'm going to turn my side, show you how to do it. The flags, bring them over. You just drag them. This is a downward drag. You can bring it up. And you can bring it over. Show you how it goes. It's like you're dragging your arm. It's like you're dragging the flags left and to the right of you. And you can do this from any position, any direction. But it looks best visually when you go to the side and do it like that. Again, this is one of those moves you can hit with any size flag. This next move is a variation of the double side drag. This one is very, very difficult, and it takes a lot of people some time to learn. You bring it over. I'm going to break it down. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to start with my right hand, my right side. You're going to bring the flags together. Over, 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 over. And then you can do it on this side as well. Over, over, over. It's like you're dragging the flags in an elevated position. You're dragging them towards top. That is an elevated double side drag. This next move is one of the simpler ones. I really don't even know what to call it. This is one of those transitional moves you can hit. Just bring the flags together and just move. This move is called the rise and twist. It starts with you bringing your dominant arm over. I'm going to start with my right. Bring it over your head. And then we're going to do the same with the other. Rise, over, rise, over, rise, over. And I'm going to turn around so you can see how the flags are going over my head. So rise and twist over. Rise and twist over. And there are different ways to do that. This kind of move is best to hit with smaller flags, but it can be applied to bigger flags as well. And for that, I will show you. Rise, twist over. Rise, twist over. Rise and twist over. Now turn so you can see. Rise, twist over. Rise, twist over. Rise and twist over. Now I am right-handed, so I start with my right hand, but whichever way works for you, that's fine. This next move I simply call the arm crossover. It's especially difficult if you are newer to flagging. It's best with smaller flags. It can be applied to bigger, but of course with bigger flags, bigger material, it's more likely for it to get caught and tangled. So, cross your arms over. I'm going to start with my right hand because I'm right dominant. You're making an X, and then you're manipulating your arms, bringing them over, continuing to make those X's with your arms. So I'm going to do from the side. X, 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 X. And you can do this from any directional point. So you can do X, you can move it, X. I like to do move around when I do it. Make an X, crossover, 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 crossover. So the main point is you want to do your arms like this. You're making an X. That's why I call it the arm crossover. So X, X, X. Again, best for smaller flags. Can be applied to bigger, but not too ideal. More chance of it getting caught and tangling. This move is called the flagging blitz. It's very similar to the arm crossovers in the way that you're going to start. It's going to start with you crossing your arms, but instead of crossing over, you're going to keep it in the same way. You're going to cross, uncross, cross, uncross, cross. Usually this move is done with a lot of speed, but I'm going to use two separate colors of flags to show you where each flag is going so it doesn't get confusing. Cross, uncross, cross, uncross, cross, uncross. And you can keep it where your arms are still close to each other, or you can do it apart. This is what it looks like when it's apart. If you're doing this move with larger flags, you may want to do where your arms are further apart to account for the extra material with the bigger flags. But when you're doing it with smaller, you can definitely keep your arms closer. Again, this is a move you can hit from any direction. This is a move I sometimes hit while moving around. And this is one of those moves you can combine with the arm crossovers. You can start with the flagging blitz and then move it over to the arm crossovers. Again, that move really it's best when you can speed up the pace. But if you're using longer flags, it's nice when you can slow it down a bit. So that is the flagging blitz.